All right, happy Friday, everyone. Let's get straight into it. We'll start with gold. Obviously, this is a counter context distribution that's forming at the moment. I do think we're going to go higher. There's no real reason for us to just reject at the moment. We've got supply here, we've got demand below, so price is showing, clear signs of strength for the time being. In terms of our sessions, return to zone's not the worst, to be honest. And yeah, we do have Asia lows here. Look, we might distribute, we might not. Who knows? All I can do for now is set up this range and just play the patience game. And yeah, that is it for gold for today. Moving on to silver. Yeah, and then obviously I'm not changing anything because there's nothing that needs to be changed. Everything is still very much so bullish. Yeah, everything is still bullish. Silver. Obviously we had that bearish break. And then, as you remember, on Wednesday's video, I believe it was, we had left behind this nice buy-side liquidity curve, which, lo and behold, has been taken out, and then we have gone back to bullish on silver. So, nice little expectational order flow prediction there, which is good to see. And I believe we're also leaving behind demand, from what it looks like to me. Now we have mitigated this low time frame demand, so like so. And we've even got a potential OBIF here. We'll see how valid this really is on the lower time frame. This has been mitigated on the lower time frame, so it's not really a valid structural demand pull. But I believe we can look at the overall higher time frame move, which is very much so a valid structural demand pull right here. Just like so. And yeah, the overall accumulation will complete itself, so remove this. Boom, clean this up. Awesome. And yeah, not a whole lot more to do for silver than just let price do its thing. We're bouncing between supply and demand, so we'll see what happens. We're still fairly bullish on these lower time frames. Have we broken to bearish on the daily? Okay, so we might be soon bullish on the daily. We're still bearish on the daily for the time being. It's all very dependent onto as to how we close this daily candle today. So we'll find that out soon at the end of the day. Yeah, that is it for silver. So expect us to continue going higher, at least for now. That is what I will say. Oil has hit supply. There was our nice little compression. I feel like we probably can get a deeper mitigation of this supply POI. Yeah, obviously the 4 hour is still bearish. Hourly is still bullish, so not really a whole lot to do here either. Outside of playing the patient game. And yeah, nothing really locally speaking that is of any interest to me. So we'll leave that as is. Yeah. GBP, JPY, let's move on with that. We've ran through supply. Do we have a minor demand POI there? We might. Yes, we do. Overlapping demand, that counts. Valid demand POI. And yeah, we are still bearish, very much so, but we are slowly moving up. So just be mindful of that. We've also mitigated, we're also in a supply POI. So yeah, fairly clean supply POI here. Was I wrong? I think I was. Okay, so it has been mitigated on the lower time frame, so it's not a valid supply POI. Our focus is still this supply above, which was previously marked out. Other than that, not really a whole lot to do. The one thing I would potentially look at is a accumulation from here. which hasn't exactly been confirmed yet. Obviously, think about it, it's counter context because everything's bearish, but like the low time frames are bullish up until the hourly, so this does favor us. A simple bum, that can definitely happen. So let's see what happens there, and then we have Asia high above as well. So yeah, from a very local scalp, I don't mind this. From a very local scalp. But yeah, let's see what happens. GBP, JPY. All right, looking at USD, JPY. We had a somewhat of a compression here, which expanded out of its compression range. No real interest anymore. Have I removed my... Have I? Yes, I have. Yeah, obviously still bearish here. This is pretty good example of compression, first move, fake move to mitigate supply, and then pump back down. The only thing I don't like about this whole price action here is that there's no real distributive price action that's clean. So yeah, nothing to really draw from just yet. We have Asia highs and lows. So let's see what happens. But yeah, no real price ranges for me to really focus on just yet for USD JPY. So yeah, we'll leave this as is, but there is nice liquidity below, so I think we're going to go down and continue moving down. It's just a matter of when, not if. So let's see if we can try and find that move, but I just don't know if we'll get it. Euro USD. This is still at play. Obviously, it's moved down quite a bit, but I'm still favoring this move. Price action here is pretty poor. Just some awful ranging price action. We've actually grabbed Asia lows, I believe. Yeah, we've grabbed Asia lows. And we have left the liquidity above from the Asia high, which is right here. But yeah, same thing to USD JPY. No real price action to try and draw a range from, so we still have to focus on this high time frame range for now. Euro NZD. Still bullish on the hour. Still bearish on the 4. Still bearish on the daily. I like these candles here. They're indicating to me the price is going to continue going lower. So we might be able to still catch a low time frame scalp if the opportunity presents itself. I feel like we may have had something here which has already been confirmed. I could be wrong. Yep. Grabbed Asia high. Haven't grabbed Asia low just yet, but I think we're going to grab it pretty soon. If we can front run it now and just leave, create even more liquidity, that would be ideal. And look for a pullback somewhere into here. Clean 5-minute OBIF here. Technically speaking, we are in a confirmed model. Which got confirmed in pre-London. Ideally, front run Asia low, which so far is happening, and then we get a slow move back up here, creating that nice return to zone. And then we can literally just short on the mitigation and break from the supply. OBIF, that is the pre-planning here. For Euro NZD. Yes, there is liquidity above, so the supply does have room for fail, room of error. And we've even got an OBIF here. So quite a few reasons for price to... Okay, although it has been mitigated on the lower time frame, so this is no longer of interest, so the liquidity above still remains valid. So yeah, so far plan remains the same. We're in a confirmed model. We're actively front running Asia low. So let's start moving back up, create that nice liquidity curve on the move up, and yeah, mitigate supply and break the structure back down. So let's see if it happens. Move that to second. GBP USD. We are still in this range. We are still bullish on the hourly. Well, my apologies, guys. I just realized I was muted. I don't know for how long I was muted for, but I'm not going back. But yeah, so here I was just saying that we are just bearish because we broke structure. That was our market structure low, wicked it first, and we decisively broke structure here. Now this is our hourly high. Sorry, this is our hourly high, so it's going to be very important to see how we close off on this hourly candle. But for now we are bearish, but nevertheless I'm still targeting a move back up into this third tap POI that we can then short all the way back down. So I'll actually move this a bit higher up. And yeah, let's just see what happens for now. Is this valid demand? Looks like it. Now, normally I do say that if demand is at the range low, I'm a lot more lenient with it, but this is just looking to be a massive structural demand move. So, but to be fair, it's kind of all been mitigated, so it's not really as valid anymore. Boom. So yeah, plan remains as is. Let's just see if we can get a move up into this supply POI. The fact that Asia low is here, I actually kind of like this, because it hasn't been taken, so it is still a really nice target, which might get taken out in New York if we can get something like this, and then New York just pushes it down. Okay. USD CAD, we've spoken about it. USD CHF. There's our weekly open. With that accumulation we had there. And yeah, we're still bearish in terms of our, there's no real demand in here. We'll validate that in a minute. This is kind of my extreme liquidity. And we do have some demand, which I would like to see get mitigated. Unless it also looks kind of different on the lower time frame, and lo and behold, it may have all been, yeah, it's all been mitigated. It's just not valid demand whatsoever. But yeah, this is our extreme liquidity POI. And there we have some clean supply as well. But yeah, let's see what happens here. I do just want this price action to move a little bit further away from that second tap, because if we just come back up now, this is way too close for a tap 3 POI for me to ever use, so I need a bit more time displacement. Asia high has also not been taken yet, just as well, and Asia low has. Alright, we'll leave this as is, we'll move this towards the top. And yeah, daily remains bullish here. Okay. In terms of AUD CAD, while we are still bullish, was this a valid third tap? I would like to assume so, but we'll double check it. Yeah. Valid. It even had a mini accumulation here. So beautiful example of TCT within TCT. Like, yeah, this is just so clean. In terms of a retracement POI, there really isn't any. And once yet again, another model that confirmed itself in Asia. Yeah, there's no real POI that I would be interested in. This is just, you just got to respect that this has already occurred and will probably complete itself at some point. Like, if I was to really grab a POI, it would just be this. Yeah, not a whole lot to do with AUD CAD. Let it play out. Nice little accumulation model though. Front running this demand as well. And yeah, perfectly aligning with the bias. Alright, GBP AUD. Well, the 4 hour here has gone to, or changed to bullish, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Front around that third tap, so we never got the confirmation. Just an FYI. We're actively bullish on the hourly as well. But there's just no real price action that's of interest to me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave this as is and see what happens later down the track. Not a whole lot to do. at this current point. Euro GBP. We're still in this higher time frame distribution range. We're bearish on the hourly. Probably bearish on the 4 as well. No, we're not, because we've only got one consecutive bullish candle, because it's being split by that one. So we're just bearish on the hourly. And then yeah, still a bearish daily context, and not a whole lot that interests me at the moment in terms of this price action. Yeah, pretty average. I'll leave that as is. Euro NZD, maybe we get something, but we front ran that POI, which I don't like. Let's focus on this range. Still bullish on the hourly though. No market structure to break on the way back down here. And we are still bearish on the 4. And still bullish on the daily. So that is really all I can do for this price action. Leave it as is. Nice return to zone forming, but the distribution is far from complete. And then AUD CHF, we've still got that demand below. We're pushing through supply, it's just an FYI there. We've mitigated this demand. Boom. Bullish on the hourly, bullish on the 4. So we've kind of resumed a fairly bullish sentiment here on AUD CHF. In terms of accumulation POIs, maybe if we're lucky we'll get something here, but I feel like it's quite far off from confirming. It's like I'd much rather focus on something internal here. With the Asia high being at the height of this higher time frame range high. So yeah, let's see what happens here. And that is it for today, guys. So I like this because it aligns with the context. So price doesn't necessarily have to go all the way down here, but it can. So yeah, that is it for today, guys. I've been talking for a while. Unfortunately, you missed a lot of it because it was muted. But yeah, let's keep an eye out on the pairs that we have monitored today. GBP JPY being one of them. Other than that, it's kind of just a patience game, guys. It's what a lot of it is. A lot of patience is required in this game. So yeah, just be patient. just be patient, see what happens. Alright, thank you for listening, for viewing, subscribe if you made it this far, and I'll catch you all soon. Peace.